Have you ever wondered how people survive in some of the coldest climates on Earth? Well, let's embark on a journey to one such icy wonderland. Russia. Yes, you heard it right. Russia, the country that is often synonymous with frosty winters and snow-capped landscapes. But what makes Russia one of the coldest places on Earth? Let's delve into it. One of the primary reasons why Russia is so cold is its geographical position. Nestled high up in the northern latitudes, Russia is the world's largest country by land area. This vast landmass stretches across 11 time zones, from Eastern Europe all the way to the Arctic Ocean. This means a significant portion of the country lies within the Arctic Circle, where the sun can disappear for months during the harsh winters. But that's not all. A country's climate is also influenced by its proximity to the ocean. The ocean acts as a natural thermostat, absorbing heat in the summer and releasing it in the winter. But given Russia's massive size, much of its territory is far from the moderating influence of the oceans. This distance from the ocean, combined with its high latitude, results in a phenomenon known as continentality. In simple words, it means the further you are from the ocean, the more extreme your temperatures will be. And in Russia's case, it translates to bone-chilling icy winters. But wait a minute. If Russia is so cold, how do the people who live there cope with these extreme conditions? How do they go about their daily lives when the temperature drops to -40 or even 50 degrees Celsius? Well, that's an interesting question. Living in such a cold climate certainly poses unique challenges. But it's not all about survival. It's also about adaptation, resilience, and even thriving in these frosty conditions. After all, humans have an uncanny ability to adapt to their surroundings, don't they? So we know Russia is incredibly cold. But how do its inhabitants actually survive? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the secrets of survival in one of the coldest places on Earth. Scene script. Surviving in Russia's cold climate isn't just about bundling up, it's a science. Imagine a place where the air cuts like a knife, your breath freezes in mid-air, and the ground is covered in a thick blanket of snow for most of the year. That's Russia for you. But the people here don't just survive, they thrive. How, you ask? Well, it's a fascinating blend of physiological adaptations, psychological resilience, traditional practices, and, of course, a hearty diet. Physiologically, Russians have adapted to their bone-chilling environment in several ways. One of the most significant adaptations is an increased metabolic rate. This internal furnace helps keep their bodies warm, even in sub-zero temperatures. They've also developed a higher threshold for cold, meaning they can bear colder temperatures than most of us without feeling uncomfortable. But it's not just about physical adaptations. Psychological resilience plays a crucial role too. Russians have a remarkable ability to maintain a positive outlook even in the harshest winter conditions. It's a mindset that's been passed down through generations, a testament to their indomitable spirit. Now, let's talk about clothing. Russia's traditional attire is designed for survival in the cold. Take the ushanka, the fur hat with ear flaps, for instance. It's not just a fashion statement, but a practical piece of clothing that offers protection against the biting cold. Then there's the valenki, felt boots that are worn in dry, frosty weather, offering warmth and comfort. And of course, we can't forget the diet. Russians rely heavily on high-calorie foods to fuel their increased metabolic rate. Their cuisine is packed with hearty soups, stews, and breads, all providing the energy needed to keep warm. But it's not all about survival. Russians have also found ways to thrive in the cold. They've turned their challenging environment into an advantage, creating a lifestyle that's not just about enduring the cold, but also embracing it with open arms. So the next time you shiver in the cold, remember there's a science to surviving and thriving in Russia's icy landscapes. In the face of frost, Russians not only survive, but they also thrive. It's a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the human spirit. And nowhere is this more evident than in the Russian Federation. The long, icy winters of Russia are not seen as a hindrance, but rather as an invitation to engage in a variety of winter activities and sports. Take ice fishing, for instance. It's not merely a way to procure food, but also an activity of leisure and camaraderie. As the frozen lakes become communal spaces, people share stories, laughter, and the day's catch, turning the biting cold into a warm social experience. Now, let's move from the tranquil lakes to the exhilarating slopes. Skiing in Russia is another activity that transforms the frosty terrain into a playground. With some of the world's most spectacular ski resorts, Russians don't just endure the snow, they embrace it, whether they're seasoned professionals or enthusiastic beginners. The thrill of gliding down the snowy slopes is a cherished winter pastime. And who could forget about hockey? It's not just a sport in Russia, it's a passion. Hockey matches are a spectacle of skill and spirit, where players glide and dart across the ice, cheered on by enthusiastic fans. The cold doesn't deter them. Instead, it fuels the fervor of the game. But the winter season is not all about sports and outdoor activities. It's also a time when the cultural significance of these activities is celebrated. Winter festivals abound, filled with ice sculptures, traditional music, and dance. These celebrations are a testament to the resilience of the Russian people, who have not only adapted to their environment but have also found ways to rejoice in it. And for those who prefer the indoors, Russia's cold climate has also fueled a rich tradition of indoor arts and crafts. Whether it's painting, knitting, or creating intricate designs on traditional matryoshka dolls, the frosty weather provides the perfect backdrop for creativity to flourish. So, you see, in Russia, the frost isn't just endured, it's celebrated. When it's freezing outside, there's nothing like the warmth of a Russian home. In Russia, where winter temperatures can plunge to breathtaking lows, the home plays an essential role in daily life, especially during the coldest months. It's not just a shelter against the biting cold, but a vibrant hub of activity, warmth, and togetherness. The Russian home or dom is a sanctuary where families gather, stories are shared, and traditions are kept alive. One of these beloved traditions is the communal meal. In the heart of winter, the kitchen becomes the soul of the home. The aroma of hearty soups, freshly baked bread, and simmering stews fill the rooms, drawing everyone closer. Sharing these meals is not just about nourishment. It's a timeless ritual of connection and warmth that transcends the winter chill. But the true heart of a Russian home, particularly in rural areas, is the traditional Russian stove or pechka. This isn't your standard stove. It's a massive structure, often occupying a significant portion of the living space. And it does far more than cooking. The pechka radiates a steady, enveloping warmth that seeps into every corner of the home, providing a comforting bulwark against the frosty world outside. These stoves are often built with a sleeping platform on top, called pech. After a long day, there's nothing quite like curling up on the pech, enveloped in the warmth that radiates from the bricks. It's a unique experience that's quintessentially Russian. More than just a physical space, the Russian home is a symbol of resilience and adaptability. It's a testament to the people's ability to not just survive, but thrive in one of the coldest places on earth. The warmth of the home reflects the warmth of the people themselves, their hospitality, their camaraderie, and their unyielding spirit. So, despite the cold, life in Russia is full of warmth and vitality. Despite the challenges, Russians have turned their cold climate into a source of strength and camaraderie. This isn't a tale of mere survival against the odds, but one of thriving in the face of adversity. The chill of the Russian winter is not something to be feared, but rather, it's an integral part of the nation's identity. It's a defining feature that has shaped the culture, the people, and the landscape, making Russia one of the coldest places on earth. From the sprawling Siberian tundra to the ice-encrusted streets of Moscow, the frosty grip of winter is ever present, and yet life goes on, unabated and unyielding. Why is this so? We've discovered that the science of survival in such harsh conditions is not only about physical adaptation, but also about mental fortitude. The human body can acclimate to the cold, yes, but it's the resilience of the human spirit that truly makes the difference. Russians have honed this resilience into an art form, facing the extreme cold with a blend of ingenuity, adaptability, and a healthy dose of humor. We've seen how the warmth of Russian homes, both literal and metaphorical, provides a sanctuary from the cold. The importance of communal living, of shared meals and shared stories cannot be overstated. It fosters a sense of community and camaraderie that is as vital to survival as a roaring fire or a warm coat. Moreover, Russians don't merely endure the cold, they revel in it. They celebrate it with unique traditions and festivities that add a touch of magic to the long winter months. From ice swimming to snow festivals, the cold is not just a challenge to be overcome but also a source of joy and celebration. In Russia, the cold isn't just endured, it's embraced. And therein lies the secret to survival.